AmericanOutdoorsmanGear.com. Built for those who are born to roam.
Sean fishes this river. How many days a year do you get to fish this thing?
Well, we're probably on it about 100 days a year, a little bit more sometimes.
Real rough life, I tell you. Well, he's going to show us a few of his tricks to fishing this river. So I just can't wait to get started with you, Sean.
Well, why don't we just try right here at this riffle and see if we can pick up something on either the crawdad or the prince today.
Sounds good.
There's one.
Way to go, Sean.
He ate the crawdad.
Ate the crawdad?
Not much on fight, but he's a pretty little fish.
Yeah, that's pretty.
About a 13-inch fish.
What's your rule of thumb on using weight? Seems like there's times when that's been real important, but do you have like a general rule of thumb that you follow as far as when to and how much?
You don't want to be dredging the bottom, but if once in a while you're not getting a false strike by hitting the bottom, that's an indication you need more lead. And
What do you think
if in doubt, add lead.
What's the most common mistake that people make fishing this current?
Undoubtedly, most people don't get their flies deep enough in the water.
And that's how to solve that problem, just adding a little bit of weight.
That's the number one problem.
What's Kevin fishing up there?
He's fishing with a crawdad pattern, I believe, and it looks like he's got a rainbow there. Probably about 10 inches or so. And
This is a big riffle, isn't it?
yeah, there's a lot of different varieties to this riffled water types. Up here, he's fishing basically a little bit of pocket water behind larger rocks. Then down below him, there's a little bit of a rim that he'll fish later on as well.
Like he said, he caught that on a crawdad.
Right.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, so far today, the crawfish pattern has worked the best. Why don't you show them what we're catching them on and compare it to the real McCoy?
This is what we're using. It's got some rabbit fur and some orange bucktail, and next to it is the real thing, and you can see that it's a pretty close representation.
What are some of the other food sources in this system?
The North Fork is primarily a meat and potato sort of river. We do have small mayflies and caddis, but primarily the fish eat these crawdads as well as large stonefly patterns, very large stonefly nymphs, hellgrammites, big patterns. This is a good example of a couple of stonefly nymphs. You can see right here, one's about medium sized, one's pretty large, and here's a couple of patterns that imitate those. This one's much more imitative, and this is a Bitch Creek stonefly nymph, and that is much more suggestive. However, it still works and probably just as well.
Don't they look tasty?
Over here you also have a caddis worm called a hydrocycid, and those are also pretty significant flies on this river.
How important is it to be able to know what they're feeding on and match the hatch, as they say?
Well, I do tie flies, however I much prefer to fish, and so I'm not exactly a super match the hatch person. I believe it's much more important on presentation, hence the need for lead and such.
So a beginner can come out here and not really have to worry about identification of different types of aquatic life?
Right, you don't need to know Latin. You need to be able to tell a shape and a color, and if you have a fly that suggests that and get it in the right fish's level, you'll be able to catch fish.
Super. There goes Kevin again. He's got a tendency of getting far away from us and getting to the fish before we get there. He is a dog. Is that a rainbow? What'd you catch that on? That on the crawdad?